Well, the way it was, you see, he put it up the chimbley. But when the chimbley sweepers come, he transferred it in his waistcoat to my place, and I dropped it down the well. They found it when they let the bucket down, but I wasn't his accomplice at all. It was only connivance with me. When he'd spoken of the chimney and the well, Deasy concluded at once it was a foully murdered corpse. But then again, you could not well conceal a corpse in someone's waistcoat, and gold coins would melt or be mislaid amongst the loose bricks of a sooty chimney. Deasy had craved for corpses, but nothing so grim as that had risen to his whisky bait until he tried the same old game on Mrs. Geraghty. The man was closing the door when, almost like a hiccup in time, a dropout in the soundtrack of life, the noise of the excited children, the pattering of their feet, the laughing and the squealing was muted, and I clearly heard the plaintive voice of the young woman, panning from right to left, rushing by me like a gust of biting, gritty wind. I can't stay in this cafe forever. One day he will. Her words repeated and echoed as if disappearing down a long, empty, desolate corridor. He will, he will, he will. Who are you? Says I again, looking at her. She looked at me with her terrible pleading eyes and did not say anything. What are you? Says I. Then she went away. She did not seem to run or walk like other children. She flitted like one of those little filmy white butterflies that don't seem like real ones. They're so light and move as if they had no weight. But she looked back from the head of the stairs. I can't find my mother, said she, and I never heard such a voice. It was not until many weeks later that I heard those strange sounds again. At twilight, the rain began, and it didn't let up until the early hours. I practiced the piano until peak viewing time, then made myself a tray of goodies and went upstairs to settle in for the night with a vintage horror film. It was just the weather for it. There was a menacing rumble of thunder, and just as a scantily clad young lady held up a crucifix to ward off the approaching vampire, there was a real flash of lightning. I jumped and accidentally pressed pause. And there it was again. The keening and the lullaby. It must have been there all along, but the noise of the film had drowned it out. I switched on the light and got out of bed. It was not coming from next door. It was coming from the wardrobe.